Yeah, I mean, I had a lot of important lessons from my dad in the days I lived with him, but one of the things he was very, very good at, he had a few fundamental themes throughout our when we lived together throughout my childhood, and one of them was about excuses. So if I lost a chess game, for example, there was a chess tournament. It was 7 hours drive. We drove 7 hours. We stayed up all night. I stayed up with him. I played chess in the morning. I lost. I only had 2 hours sleep. And when I lost, I said, "Oh, because I was tired." And my dad made a very big point of saying, "Look, it doesn't matter if you were tired. Your excuse has fucking nothing to do with the win or the loss next to your name. You've lost now. No one's going to say he lost, but he was tired. They're going to say you lost." And this is the truth about excuses in general. Any excuse you can fabricate. Nobody cares. The universe doesn't care. Did you win or did you lose? Life is binary. Did you survive or not? If you come at me and say, "Oh, I'm fat because X, Y, Z," the girl in the club isn't going to be like, "Oh, well, he's out of shape, but it's okay because X, Y, Z." You're just fat. It's binary. Life's binary. So you have to make a conscious decision. Excuses don't exist. They don't have any weight. They don't matter to anyone else. So why should they matter to you? And as soon as you realize that all that matters is the result and you have to be binary about your decisions, then you're going to start throwing all that crap away. And I understood that from a very, very young age. So even when I was a teenager in England and I decided I wanted to be successful, I didn't sit and go, "I want to be successful, but I'm in a single room in a homeless hostel, single mother." I just knew I wanted to be successful. People are either going to view me successful or not. They're not going to care about anything else. If they're not going to care, I didn't care. It didn't enter my mind at any point. I didn't let it cloud my vision, if that makes sense. It never entered my mind. This is my situation. This is my scenario. So I have to do what I can do. And that was it. This is the problem with the whole space is that I get the same thing you probably do. People come to me and ask for advice. And I just sit there and I look at their long message and I sit and I know for a fact they're full of shit. Men build their value. There is no reason why every man cannot be in good physical condition unless they've decided not to be. So you can't come along and say, "Oh, I really want girls," and you're fat. No, you can't, because if you really wanted them, you wouldn't be fat. Like, you're not trying. And there's no hacks in life. You're not going to hack your way to the top of anything. Maybe you'll win the lottery or something. You know, there's the odd rapper who's a complete moron with a low IQ who becomes a multimillionaire. That's fine. But for most of us, there's a grind involved, and there's no easy way to the top. So completely agree. There's no reason why every single man couldn't go to a fight gym, and that's going to teach you more about life. Getting punched in the face will teach you plenty about life. But in the real world, you know, people, especially as a man, this is the fundamental truth about being a man. Up until very, very recent history, if you weren't capable of violence, you weren't even allowed an opinion. I tweeted yesterday, "Who gives a fuck what you think? You can't fight." And it's semi-sarcastic because we live in a civilized society. But in another way, it's not. Like, if I say 2 + 2 is 5, and I'm prepared to fuck you up, am I wrong? Like, you know, there becomes a point when it's the bottom line of the human existence, isn't it? It's always constant, and being comfortable with it is never going to be a bad thing. So yeah, men, absolutely. There's plenty of male guidance out there if they really want it. And I was raised as a single mother, like there we go, single mother, homeless, blah, blah, blah. I have every excuse to be a delinquent or an idiot or broke or soy or whatever. And I understood the world enough from a young age to know, no, I don't want to be that way. But I chose fighting because, to me, fighting and chess are very, very similar sports. Because there's absolute accountability. There's no team. It's one-on-one. If you lose a chess game, you may not know exactly where. It may have happened a long time ago. It may have been a tiny mistake. But if you lose a chess game, at some point you made a mistake. At some point you messed up, and it's your fault. If you get knocked out, it's the same thing. You made a mistake. And if you win, it's all you. There's no team. If you're a team sport, you can have a bad day and your team can carry you to the end. Or you can have a good day and you can lose. Whereas with fighting and chess, it's one-on-one. It's absolute accountability. No one can save you when you're in there, and it's brutal. Chess, when you understand it at the level that I was being trained to understand it, and my dad understand it, is absolute brutality. And to me, they were very, very similar sports. Nothing else appealed to me ever. I've never been interested in anything else. Also, I think another reason for that is because fighting is something you can carry around with you. If you go and learn to fight, you have it. If you go and learn to play football, as soon as you don't have a ball at a field, what do you have? Nothing. So when I was a kid and I was a chess player and I was winning, my dad always encouraged me to brag. So yeah, you won. Go brag. Tell them you won. Like, this is the real world. You won. Only losers are going to be upset when winners talk. You know, this is how it goes. You know, and there's obviously social norms. I'm not saying go through life and be completely unlikable. But if you wake up every day and you look in the mirror and say, you know what? I've looked around at what I see, and I'm up there. I'm the man. I'm the top 5%. I'm the top 1%. Like, who out there can do more than what I can do or lives better than what I do? You know what? I'm doing well. If you really believe that in yourself, then what's going to happen is you're going to feel motivated to prove it. This is the thing. It's very difficult. You have to have a mental disorder to have an ego with no justification. Those people have something wrong with them. But if you're going to wake up every day and work your ass off and make money and buy cars and train and be in fantastic physical shape and do all these things to prove your ego, so when someone comes along and goes, well, what's your problem? You say, I ain't got a problem. My life's good. Then you're going to have a very fantastic life. Why would you train or work hard if you don't have an ego? If you don't have an ego and you're not all about me and what I am and who I am, why would you even care? People without ego are the lazy people. Oh, I'm fat, but I don't care. I don't have a nice car. I don't care. I love myself way too much to be broke or fat because I'm me. So my ego is the absolute motivator. If someone comes along and goes, I have no motivation, then you have to say, okay, you're very, very happy being average. Why is that?